YouTube, what up? It's your boy Khalifa. We're back with another banger today. Like you already seen in the title, you know what we're about to do. For all my beginner barbers, we're gonna go ahead and do a step-by-step tutorial of how to do a clean, precise mid fade with a cool little buzz cut, this little lineup. You know, we're gonna get the boy right. So right now we're just waiting for our client. He should be pulling up any second right now. So without further ado, let's get right into it. My boy Mason, what up, what up? Hey, say what's up to YouTube, bro.
What's up, YouTube?
All right, my boys. So we got the viewers wondering what haircut you're gonna get today.
I'm gonna get a mid fade.
Okay.
Mid fade with the A guard on top all around.
Okay, show us what we're working with. My boy is chopped, so we're gonna make sure we get my boy right. All right, so we're about to get started right now. We're gonna get my boy situated. A lot of people, you'll be surprised, they don't know how to use a neck strip. Neck strips actually do have glue on the back, so you just slap the glue together and hook on the cape, boys. All right, so my boy woke up with bedhead, you know, looking a little squished back here, so we're gonna go ahead and start with dapping his hair up a little bit. What we wanna start doing, I like to get my clipper closed. It's just the easiest way, quickest way. Clipper closed and make your first guideline. And then what I like to do, I like to open my clipper and flick about a finger's length up. So what I do after that, since we already did the clipper closed right here, then clipper all the way open, I like to click once out and just flick. It's all about having the technique and getting used to the motion of the flicking. You never want to carve into the hair, because if you're carving in, you're going to be leaving line after line after line. Okay, so now what we could do, we could save this for last. It doesn't really matter when you do it, but I like to clean my canvas, to each their own. Some people like doing this at the end. I like to do it in the beginning to just, you know, get the haircut done quicker. All right, so after we did what we did, which was the clipper closed, clipper open, right? Trimmer line at the bottom. I like to get my 1.5 for wall closed all the way and just flick. Flick into all the bulk. Super simple. I like to open it right here since it is a C-cup area. You always, on the vertical bar and C-cup, you want to leave a little more depth right here so it looks a little darker. You don't want to make it light because then it won't stand out. So clipper open right here on the C-cup. Be a little more careful. A little more flicking included. Close it back up. I notice there's a lot of weight right here, so corner, you know, you want to use your corners. Don't go straight into this bulk. Flick cornered outwards. So that's what I like to do to get rid of the bulk. After the 1.5, I like to use the half open and then closed. Maybe, you know, play with it a little bit. What you want to do, you don't want to go higher than the last guideline you left. So you are going to go right beneath it. Clipper open. Make your life easy. Close it all the way. Just keep flicking. Don't stop flicking. If you stop flicking, you're going to make all those harsh lines, and you don't want to do that. See? Flicking. Closed. Open. If you notice that there's dark spots, open it. Close it again. It's easy. As a barber, you get used to seeing dark spots, like one right here maybe. I'll just close it and flick. I'm using the corner of my blade. All the time, use your corner. And it's easy as that. I didn't really mention, but to distinguish if it's a mid fade, the low fades are always down here. Mid fade starts around right here. And the high fade starts where there's no C-cup. So you would go all the way up here. For your C-cup, I like to just start where you see the hair growing in. Nice and gentle. I always use my thumb as a rest to help me guide my upper fingers. You know, you won't be moving, because if you don't have a finger down here to stability, you're going to be doing it like this and you're gonna have a shakier hand. So make sure you do that. Right here I am still flicking, you know, getting rid of the last harsh line. You can't really see it because I didn't leave a harsh line, but whenever there's little small points, you do want to do what I just did. I'm just gonna go ahead and shave before on this part, just to make my life easier. But you could always save the shaving for last if that's just the way you want to do it. There's not really a two-set pattern that you have to do when fading like this. It's pretty simple. Shaver may leave a little harsh line, so you want to get your trimmer back out and you want to flick. It's super simple. Just flick, 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 and don't stop flicking. And then if the flicking is not working, you want to flip it over. And of course, you want to have a zero gap trimmer so we could get to the smallest lines. After we do all the fading, I like to use my clipper over comb. So what you want to do is go ahead and not go too deep into the bulk, because if you do, you're going to take off too much. Go into it and go off of the occipital bone. You can feel his head where it turns inward and where it doesn't. So you want to go straight with this. And you want to be very careful, since this is really all his bulk right here. You don't want to go too deep in, like I mentioned. Either or, you could go sideways or you could go straight up. Doesn't really matter. To get the 8 guard, and as we finish up with the 8 guard, we're gonna go ahead and start with the other side over here. I normally debulk first, but for the sake of the video, I just started with fading the other side. Usually what I do, I'll do the clipper close bald line, and then I'll do it over here as well. Clipper close, clipper open, clipper close, clipper open. And in the middle of the back, I actually unite them. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do this a little quicker since you guys already seen me doing the other side. Same step though, like I said, same process. Super simple. If you want to get good at fading, don't be scared to try this out, because it just makes your life a lot easier. And it's gonna make you a lot of money. So right here, what I'm doing, I am just detailing a little bit. So I don't really have to detail as much later on. Got the 1.5 closed, like I mentioned. Careful on the C-cup area. Close it back up. And fade with the hair. The hair is going this way, so I wanna go against it. Using the corner of my blade, this corner right here. Flicking out, don't forget to flick out, because if not, you're gonna mess them up, like I said. We got the half open. Closing it and flick. Just detailing, closing and opening. All I'm doing is open, halfway, or closed. And now we're gonna hit the C-cup like I mentioned right here. Start from the outgrown hair right here that you see. So it's gonna be at the point, and you're gonna end where it's you still see a little bit of hair. So you don't wanna push too far back into this. Do it kind of natural. Take your time. You don't have to rush this. You want it to look good. You want it to look round. You don't want it to look like an owl. And then we debulk. Super simple way to cut hair. If you really want to get good at barbering, I do suggest it. All right, boys, right here, I'm just detailing a little bit more, like I said. Don't get too much in your head about it. It's easy. Don't stress out too much. Now we're going to get the shaver. My boy does have coarse hair, so we like to use this Norleco right here. Shout out to my boy Leverage Blends. He put me on. So we take out all the heavy stubble with that. Now we get our regular Babyliss shaver to get that finer finish. And as you can see, the shaver is leaving a little harsh guideline right here. You want to go ahead and get your zero gap trimmer and flick, a bunch of flicking. Comes right out, and if it doesn't, flip it over and be light. Don't apply too much pressure with your hand, because you could cut your client like that. So just be light and flick. Use your corners too. Don't forget to use your corners. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off with some clipper over combing. We're gonna be more careful around the C-cup area. Leave it more gradient. You know, you want that nice dark C-cup finish. And like I mentioned, now for our third step, all you have to do is do the same exact steps. Clipper closed, clipper open, flicking out the whole time, of course. And you could already start seeing it's almost technically all faded out. So if I wanted to, I could just freehand a little bit more, but you don't have to. Fading the back part of the head is a little harder, since usually they have this little indent right here. Following through the guidelines, looking at both sides, making sure it's not looking bad. Now we got the 1.5 again, get the half closed all the way. Or if you want to play it safe, open it to debulk where the 1.5 left, close it back up and flick. I mentioned, guys, it's just the way I like to fade. You don't have to fade like this. It's just a prime example for all my beginners how easy it is to actually use these steps once you got them all dialed into your daily life. It'll make you very efficient, you know? I'm not gonna lie, the ice cream truck pulled up, so we're just gonna catch a little break real quick. We're cooking the YouTube video. Whoa. Done got the hot cheese with cheese for real. Fundamentals break with the boys. Alright boys, so we're gonna go ahead and put some holding spray on my boy. Since his hairline is kind of cooked, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and apply some light little film. Get a nice and even hold all the way around on the lineup. This is what makes or breaks a haircut. So you want to ensure we're gonna get the boy right. You gotta make sure both C cups are evenly lined up. So what you want to do, go in front of the head. I come back to the hairline, keep brushing a little down, and I like to start from the middle. And what you want to do, since the head is round, not flat, on this side right here, you want to, instead of going straight, look, if you go straight with the middle part, it's going to go down. So what you want to do is raise your trim around the corners a little bit. Make sure that it doesn't slant downward. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go ahead and do it on this side now. And then we're going to hit the vertical bar. A professional pushback is necessary on most people's hair, because if not, you just won't get the good result you want. And there's nothing wrong with the professional pushback as long as you're doing it professionally. You're not going too deep into the scalp and making the client look weird. So right here, what you want to do, get your razor blade, and wherever you have that extra little peach fuzz, you want to clean it up. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you're pulling on the skin, because if you don't, what you could do is cut the client. So right here we got the brothers lined up correct, and right here in this area that you see light, he just has a cowlick, so you can't really do much about that. Just keep brushing down and make sure that her is banging over. You want to line it a little bit up again. All right, boys, and to finish up a haircut, you don't have to, but if the client likes it, most kids his age, they like it. What you want to do, add some enhancements. So let's do it real quick. A reason why people don't do these right is because they think that the spray, you have to spray it on the hair. If anything, you want to target around. What I like to do is target right here or right here. You can kind of see the paint falling over here on the hair. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna line it up, see where the C cup starts with the vertical bar. I'm gonna spray more on the actual card than the hair. And slowly, you see the enhancements. So right here, to go across, don't spray directly right here in the middle. Spray more down here. And boom. Simple as that, boys. They're just for preference. Not everybody likes enhancements. But you have an idea of how that works. And you want to baby tap the enhancements spray bottle. Get a little further, just so it doesn't get too dark. Because these are very sensitive bottles, and they do spray pretty dark if you have a heavy finger on the nozzle. And what we want to do is just go all the way across right here where he has the little cowlick. You know, be a little light with it, so it doesn't look too crazy. Sometimes if you have a little bit of over spray, you could just get your razor blade and make it a little more precise. So here it is, boys. This is the finished product of my boy with the mid fade. I'll look down a little bit. Super simple way to fade, boys. If you want a super quick cut, you want to be a 30-minute barber, in and out the chair, this is the way to do it, boys. But yeah, this is it right here. It's our boy Mason. Got brother right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many hoods you gonna get now, bro?
Hella.
Sheesh. If you know, you know. If not, your money back guaranteed. Finishing details, you know, you always want to take care of that. And just make sure you do take off all the neck hairs, because a lot of barbers, when they're rushing, they tend to forget to do this part, and you don't want to do that because that's how you lose a client. If you're not the one taking off the hairs, they'll go find another barber that will do it for them. Small little details you can't be forgetting, boys. Gotta spray the boy with some aftershave. Okay, out of that. Alright, boys, without further ado, that's how you get a mid-fade step by step. We got my boy Mason correct. If you like the video, make sure you drop down a comment, put a like. you know, we can keep making these videos. Like I said, let me know and we'll start posting more often. Without further ado, this has been your boy Califas, and I'll see you on the next one.